Well, hello again, pipe smokers. Southern Piper here with a Wednesday review. And this particular review is going to be pretty cool because we're doing an antique blend, if you will. Mentioned on a video a couple of days ago that one of our Central Alabama Pipe Club members had given me a pouch of Kentucky Club mixture from the 1960s, wanted me to do a review on it. So that's what we're gonna do. I spent a little bit of time with it over the past couple of days. So this will be not an extremely in-depth review, but certainly more than a first impression. All right, so here's the pouch I was given. And I'm the cover of this video, and one of the pictures in the intro had a picture of the tin arc, so you can see what that looked like, which I think is pretty cool. Something that I think you would expect from a Cadre blend with the plaid design. I thought that was neat. So we're going to jump into this. Start with a tin note, or in our case, a baggy note. And what I pick up is a lot of cocoa and maybe a little molasses. That's what I'm getting. I did a little bit of research. I found one other video on this from about 5 years ago, and I believe it's Paw Piper had done it, and he picked up some different tin notes. I think he said he picked up some anise and something else. Now his that he was trying was from, let's see, that was 5 years ago, so that had been about 2017. I believe he had it for about a year, so it'd been around 2016-ish for his. This, of course, being supposedly from the 60s, best we can tell, has a little bit different tin note on the nose. So that I would expect differences for something that was quite a bit older. The cut is a cube cut, and I'm doing this. I'm a one-arm bandit tonight, so it'll be hard to show, but there's couple of pieces, a lot of cube, maybe a couple of ribbons. So that's a look at the tobacco. A couple of things I found from our friends over at Tobacco Review. Not a lot of love there. Not a lot of love. This gets 1.9 stars. And I'm not going to go into a lot of what the folks said, because they were the most recent review was from 2014. And that's when Kentucky Club was still in production. So those reviews aren't necessarily, in my opinion, relevant for this. But I did want to pull off a couple of facts. Manufactured by the John Middleton company. It was blended by John Middleton. It is an aromatic. It has burley, Turkish Oriental, Perique, and Virginia. The flavoring here says that it listed as other or mix. And then, of course, coarse cut. This is more of a cube cut. It was produced in the U.S. and it is no longer in production. Based on the reviewers, the strength is mild, flavoring is mild, taste is mild, and the room note is pleasant. So I don't have a tin to read the description to you, but I did find some really good pictures. So we're going to pull a picture up of the tin description to read. And it says, aromatic Kentucky Club mixture, tobaccos, 5 choice imported and domestic tobaccos, Turkish Perique, white burley, Carolina and Virginia Brights. How cut? Ribbon, cube, flake, and shag. Special qualities, slow-aged mixture, cool burning, very mild and refreshing, pleasingly aromatic. Kentucky Club, Wheeling, West Virginia. Manufacturer smoking tobacco made in USA. TP-16, West Virginia, Union made. Apparently there was and I don't know if it still exists, but there was a tobacco union. Tobacco, I guess, manufacturers union. That was a little bit of what I read. Now, I also found this, that Kentucky Club mixture was first introduced to the market during the Depression in 1934, but the roots of the tobacco go back much further. Actually goes back to the start of the stogie boom, as they call it, in Wheeling, West Virginia during the 1800s, when it was known as the stogie capital of the U.S. And this particular, well, Kentucky Club in general, what I can figure based on the 2 videos I found and reading, they probably stopped manufacturing somewhere around 2014 or 15. If anyone watching this knows for sure, I'd appreciate you leaving that in the comments below, for some more accuracy on this. So that's a little bit of what I came up with for this. I've already done a char light, so I'm gonna give this a true light and tell you what I think about it. I am smoking this in my Camoys Vanguard 186. This is a based on, so I got this is a state pipe that I got from Smoking Pipes, and based on what they said in the ad that I bought it from, this was from the 70s. So smoking a tobacco from the 60s and a pipe from the 70s. So should be pretty cool. So let me get this lit. Now, off the bat, I get, it's funny, sitting here holding this with my hand, and do you see what's right there? My damn tripod. Such a smart guy. But, off the bat, I do get a little bit of that cocoa that I got on the 10 note. And I get some spiciness from the Perique. So, I don't really pick up much other flavor right now. So I'm gonna spend a little bit more time with this. And I'll come back and tell you what it's like maybe about halfway through. So about halfway down this bowl, and I'm starting to get a little bit, the spiciness is getting a little bit more pronounced without being overbearing, if that makes sense. The cocoa still seems to be there. I'm not picking up a lot of other flavors though. But it's been a good smoke. It's mild, just like the tobacco reviews description. Smoking very cool, and it's pleasant. It's fun. There's not obviously much here to smoke, but I can imagine that this would have been popular. One of the things that I read from the reviews, a couple of folks talked about how it was really goopy. So I imagine this has probably dried out a bit because it came out moist, a little bit probably more moist than I would think a 50-year-old tobacco would. But if it started out goopy over the years, I imagine it did, dry, but still retain a little bit of moisture. So while I'm sitting here smoking, I did want to give a shout out to a new channel, and I want to make sure I get his name correct. And I'm going to link him below.
You don't marry the like of your...
Nope, wrong thing. Papa Joe Piper. Papa Joe is a relatively new presenter. Looks like he's been putting content out for about a month. Seems to be a really good guy, knowledgeable about tobacco. Says he's been following the YTPC for a couple of years and decided to turn the camera around and start presenting. So I'm going to leave a link to his channel below, and would certainly appreciate my subscribers and viewers. Hop over there and give Papa Joe some of that sweet YTPC love. So this has been an interesting smoke. Super mild. A little bit of spiciness to keep it interesting, but really nothing overpowering. And like I said, super cool. I will say that I am getting just a little bit of bite on the back of my tongue. So, for what that's worth. But nothing that's, tearing me up. So anyway, folks, I always appreciate you stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any experience with Kentucky Club, whether it be Kentucky Club Mixture or any of their others, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this one or any other of the old Kentucky Club blends. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Be well, and as always, I bid you happy smoking and blessings to you and your family.